ABC. It's Dave here in Texas, and doing a tag for Americana Sam, who started a tag on black and white album covers. And I didn't know if I had enough to show a video, but actually I have more than enough. So I thought I'd come on here and add to his tag. So Sam likes mostly, well, I won't say mostly. He likes a lot of stuff, but what he likes a lot of is sort of singer-songwriter, folk, and things of that nature. And yeah, I like a lot of that stuff too. Americana, finger picking style, and things like that. So anyway, I picked out the first 10 that might appeal to him more due to it kind of being in that area. And then I threw in a couple of extras that I had pulled out just for the fun of it. And I thought I'd show them too before I stuck them back in my collection. So let's get going. This is Mance Liscum, Volume 3, Texas Songster in a Live Performance. And I'm not sure where Mance Liscum is from, possibly Texas, I don't know, or Louisiana. Somewhere down in the southern states would be what I would guess, but I'm not totally sure. He's got a song on here, Big Boss Man. Let's see. I think that might be it. Motherless Children is on here. Plays kind of a finger-picking blues style. Leo Kottke, 6 and 12 strings guitar. Leo Kottke, sort of a finger-picking type guitarist. Does a lot of different styles, and for the most part, does mostly music or instrumentals, but occasionally sings. Has a nice baritone voice, but I think his forte may just be in his playing. And he's still around, although he's been around, seems like forever, 50 years or so. And still plays down in Austin that I know of, and a few other places. So yeah, it's on Tacoma Records. But yeah, I don't know if there's anything on here. Jesus, Joy of a Man's Desires, or Desiring. Jesus, Joy of a Man's Desiring. Yeah, don't know that I know a lot of the songs on here. Here's Dave Bromberg. I believe this is his second LP, self-titled. And Bromberg also plays in sort of a finger-picking style and sings. He sings on a lot of songs. Here he is with all of his instruments. And I believe he was a session musician and has played with Bob Dylan among many other people as well. But started venturing on his own. And his first 3, I think is his second album, and Moonlight on the Water is his third. But all 3 of those albums are really good, and then he's done some albums after that as well that I have. But yeah, really pleasant voice and plays guitar well. William Eicherman is another finger picker, more in a, this is called Guitar Solos. Turtle's Navel is the name of it. But all instrumental. Started this label that is his own called Wyndham Hill Records, right there. And I believe, but he might have sold it eventually. But he was one of the founders, and like I said, he owned the label for a while. But it's sort of impressionistic, minimal guitar songs, but they all have kind of an emotional pull to them. I believe this is his first album, if I'm not mistaken, but yeah, a very good guitarist, and yeah, very tuneful, melodic, all that type thing. So, yeah, Will Eicherman, Turtle's Navel, Neil Young, Zuma, probably a cover drawn by Neil. Has Crazy Horse on it too, Neil Young and Crazy Horse. And yeah, really a nice album. And the last song on the second side, Through My Sails here, is almost worth the purchase of the album alone. It's a really beautiful song. And he's aided on his vocals with Crosby, Stills, and Nash, or Crosby, Stills, Nash, and of course Young. But really melodic tune with them adding all their harmonies and everything on it. I mean, this whole album is really a great little album. Cortez the Killer is sort of not really a jam, but they kind of expand upon the song. Stupid Girl, Pardon My Heart is a nice acoustical song. So yeah, you can't hardly go wrong with Neil Young on just about most of his albums. John Hyatt, Bring the Family, singer-songwriter, a lot of Americana influences from blues to ballads and whatnot. On here you have Memphis in the Meantime, a thing called Love, which is also a song that Bonnie Raitt had covered. Yeah, just a really nice album. Sings well, plays well, has good arrangements. John Hyatt. The Eagles, The Long Run. Actually, I almost like this album more than Hotel California. I think that is because the songs on Hotel California, except for one or two of them, have kind of been played to death on radio. But on this one is Heartache Tonight, and the song called Those Shoes, In the City, that I think was penned by Joe Wash. Of course, there they are. And a lot of the Eagles, a lot of people, I don't know, it kind of seem like they don't give them the respect they need, or maybe just don't like them. I don't know, but I've always enjoyed them, and kind of grew up listening to them, and particularly being out in West Texas, really seemed to fit that landscape a lot. Graham Nash, Wild Tales. Of course, he was in the Hollies and Crosby, Stills, and Nash as well. This is his first solo album, and actually it's a really good album. Has really good musicians helping him on here, like people that have played with Crosby, Stills, and Nash in the past, and other people, but like people like Ben Keith, which plays pedal steel, which I think was on some of Neil Young's albums. And you got David Crosby helping him out with vocals. Johnny Barbata plays the drums. David Lindley, who has played with Jackson Browne. And yeah, overall, a really good album. If you like things on the lighter side, maybe, or some pop in with your folk and singer-songwriter, or rock even, Graham's a good one. Paul McCartney, Press to Play. Been a while since I've listened to this one. It's not one that I generally reach for when I want to hear some McCartney. It's probably something else. And then I've also got a greatest hits CD by McCartney as well. But really can't say that there's any songs on here that were really hits now that I look over it. Yeah, I'd have to hear this again before I say that, but yeah, Press to Play. Eric Clapton and Slow Hand. This is another guy that generally doesn't get much respect on YouTube these days in the vinyl community, but I still consider him a major artist. Got to see him play live one time in, I believe it was Midland. Put on a great show. Of course, that was back in the, I guess the 80s, early 80s. But yeah, this has the hit on it, Cocaine, that he made popular back in the time. Lay Down Sally. And believe that's it, but overall it's a pretty good album. I really like it. I still have several other Clapton albums as well, and I enjoy them all. This is Beethoven Quartet Opus 59, number 2, Janet Quartet. But real nice. This is kind of like a smaller chamber piece. Well, it's a quartet, is what it is. But yeah, chamber pieces from Beethoven. Really nice recording on the Westminster label. Yeah, real pleasant whenever you're in the mood for something pleasant, or if you're reading or whatnot, doing housework. It's a good one to have. Cluster Grosser Waters, this minimalistic cover. But Cluster were, I believe, a German band. It's on the Sky label. But Cluster was kind of a German band, krautrock sort of, which this has some sort of that kind of krautrock influence on it as well. 5 songs on the first side, and the second side is just one long song. But yeah, Cluster. Les McCann and Eddie Harris, Swiss Movement. Yeah, Les McCann on piano and vocals, and Eddie Harris on tenor sax. And then you've got some other people on here as well. Benny Bailey, Leroy Vinegar, and Donald Dunn on drums. This is a live recording, and it's done pretty well. Does it say? This was recorded in Montreux, Switzerland in June of '69. But yeah, really nice recording. I tried to do needle drops on some of these albums, and was rejected by YouTube. So I don't know. I tend not to mess with that. Of course, you can always like find them somewhere on the web somewhere. But yeah, nice jazz album. Kind of just like, I don't know what to say. Just kind of just like regular jazz, mainstream jazz maybe. Gentle Giant, In a Glass House. This is one of the alternative covers that they have done. It's got this cutout with acetate inset on it. Of course, whenever you pull out the album cover like this, that's behind it, and then you've got the plastic still there. But anyway, yeah, In a Glass House by Gentle Giant. Really creative band, and very good, playing all the different instruments. Yeah, I mean, like these guys all switch out instruments and everything, and were really talented. But yeah, In a Glass House. Henry Cow Concerts. Kind of a rock and opposition band. This is live. I thought it had an interesting album art. Here's the inside of it. But with Henry Cow, you're going to get some dissonant type music. They've also got a singer on here, and I can't remember if that is Dagmar Krause. That's her name. But this also has Robert Wyatt on it. recorded in Italy. Yeah, Dagmar Krause, she also plays piano. You've got Lindsay Cooper on recorder, and Fred Frith playing violin and xylophone. Chris Cutler on violin. But yeah, if you're into that sort of, it's almost similar to what, like, say, free jazz is in some ways, but with a rock thrown in there as well. But yeah, it's not going to be for everyone, but if you like progressive rock and that type thing, sort of something a bit more freer, then Henry Cow is a good one. Anyway, that's what I've got. Hope everybody's doing well, and we'll talk to everybody later.